Hey, what's up everyone? It's Justin here, and today I wanted to give you my impressions of the Apple battery case after 1 month. So like everyone else, I hopped on Twitter the morning it was announced early in December and thought it was an absolute joke. I didn't believe that it was an actual product, and it was kind of Apple's way of admitting that the iPhone 6s's battery is less than optimal. I'm someone who uses their smartphone a lot, and especially when traveling, I noticed that my iPhone 6s's battery just died so fast. I could probably make it to like 2 p.m. each day before I needed to plug it into a battery pack. But the reason why I actually went up and purchased the Apple battery case is, one, because it was really ugly and I wanted to see what it looked like in person, but also the fact that I haven't been a fan of any of the battery cases I've ever tried out, so I thought I'd give it a try. The Apple battery case does only charge your smartphone to about 80%, and there's obviously a whole bunch of trade-offs. But in the past, the battery cases I've used I found were bulky, the plastic pieces broke on them, I just didn't like the feel of them, they were heavy, and being someone who likes to switch in between the iPhone just being without a case at all and just sporting the latest dbrand skin, which by the way you could purchase in the description section below, or using the Apple silicone case in black on days where I think I might be more vulnerable to break my smartphone. The Apple battery case has the same finish as the silicone case, so right off the bat I really like the feeling of the case, and I didn't find it to be nearly as heavy as the battery cases such as the Mophie and other ones I've tried out that range anywhere from $30 to about $80 to $100. The Apple battery case obviously is more expensive. In Canada, this thing cost me almost 150 bucks, which I will say is absolutely ridiculous. What I did like about the case though was the finish and feel of it, as well as the fact that you have a lightning port, which you will not find on any other battery case in the market. I also think Apple did a pretty good job integrating the battery life indicator within iOS. However, it still should have had an indicator on the outside of the case as well. But now let's move on to some of the things that I think Apple just completely f***ed up on with this battery case. First off is the headphone jack and the fact that it doesn't actually include an adapter, which is something I also noticed with the MacBook 12-inch, in which I had to go out and purchase an adapter separately, which was overpriced. Apple not only did not include a 3.5mm headphone jack adapter for this overpriced case, but they don't even sell one, and unless you were to go on eBay and purchase one, you're pretty much screwed with, I'd say, most headphones out there. Secondly, the hump doesn't look very good, and obviously this is the most prominent issue that everyone first noticed. I think they could have made this case look better if they had just made it cover the whole back of the phone, but obviously Apple still wants you to somewhat remember that your iPhone 6s was thin at one point. Thirdly, you can't turn it off, so no matter what, when your phone is in this case, it will always be on. And personally, I didn't mind that too much, as I kind of like having my iPhone at 100% all day, but I'm sure a lot of other people would have wished that you can just turn on the battery case and use it as a reserve that's strapped onto your phone. But another issue with that is I think that the fact that the iPhone is plugged in and powered all day isn't exactly good for the battery inside the iPhone. You also cannot check the battery status of the case from the outside, and the only place where you can see the charge of the case is through the drop-down menu or through one LED indication light on the inside of the case. And lastly is obviously the price. It is $99 in the US, and in Canada it cost me 130 bucks, which after tax is like $150. And for the average person, that is a lot to spend on an iPhone accessories. And for the average person, that is a lot to spend on an accessory for your phone, but in general, $150 for a battery case is just crazy. You can get third-party ones for as low as $30, and some nicer ones such as the Mophie up to $80 or $100. But to be totally honest, I hope you guys don't hate me for saying this, I actually like the Apple battery case and do plan to keep it. But the thing that just surprised me the most is that this is a product from Apple, and Apple is known to be a company that is very good at thinking stuff out for the consumer, yet this Apple case just has so many issues that us consumers noticed right off the bat, and a lot of which just don't make sense whatsoever. But other than that, this has just been my impressions of the Apple battery case after using it for 1 month, and I'll see you all in the next video.